Welcome back to the channel. Jake, welcome everybody to the channel. Who's here? Who's here? Jacob, who's here? Who's here? Who is it? Who is it? Who's here, buddy? Who's here? Who is it? Jacob, who's here? Oh, you want to do zoomies? What are you doing? He's just total goof. I love him. Welcome back to the channel. We got a little bit of a project today. I meant to turn the camera on earlier, but I didn't. So this is what it is. We're in the middle of pulling this junk out. And I think the plan, instead of they want you to pull this thing out of the front, that ain't happening. So I think what we're gonna do is pull the body right off of it and go from there. So that's the plan. We got a bunch of shit off of it already. You can tell I marked everything. All the bolts are separated perfectly and labeled, so it'll go right back together. You know, we got our intercooler over there. Save that. We're going to try to use that if we can. School bus mirrors. That looks like a built-in security system to me. We'll hang that mirror somewhere. Radiators over here. AC condenser is still good. Maybe we'll end up using that in the old Cadillac there. So we're coming. But yeah, so for tonight's project, I got bored. I'm supposed to do the roof on this place maybe this weekend, but I can't. I had to do something. So I ran out of shit to do. I still need more insulation for the peat. That's supposed to come next week. Amazon, if anybody from Amazon works at this, or anybody that works for Amazon watches this, fuck you. You guys are terrible with this Corona deal. You don't ship nothing, and then when I call and say, hey, listen, I pay for Prime, you look at me like I got 6 heads. You know? Prime, it's 2-day shipping. I know y'all agree with me. I know the rest of the world agrees with me. It's out of control. They're just taking advantage of people during Corona. Is exactly what's going on. And it's unacceptable. So anyway, enough of that rant. We got this all apart. I didn't break nothing yet, which is a miracle of Christ. It had some fuse box corrosion, so it's probably a good thing it's coming apart. We'll get that all apart. I'm going to try to save everything we're going to take. You can see I got this off. Steering shaft's out of it. What my plan is to just pop everything off the firewall that we can. We're going to pop the harness, as much of the harnesses we can get in. Typical GM does not have a firewall pass-through connector, so I'm actually going to have to go inside and see how much that harness, just see where it goes and see what I can do with it. I might end up having to disconnect everything out here, and I'm really not going to be happy about that. Or maybe we'll just cut the fucking thing because I don't care. And then let's see what else. So ECM is up in here. I think that's the TCM, but maybe not. It's been a while since I've seen one. I know this one, it's a 07, so it should have a separate TCM, but I'm not 100% sure where they put it. But I know I'll find it. I'm sure of that. And then on the inside, we got the, get the doghouse off. So, yeah, that's the deal. We're going to try to get as far as we can get. Pull this thing all apart. And then the plan is old Clark's a runner again. So I think we're just going to lift the body off of old Clark. I'm not sure how yet. I might take old Clark on this side and then my tractor on the other side, and two of us will just pick it up. See how balanced it is. I'm not real sure yet how we're going to do that. I'm sure it'll be a total abortion, and I'll try to record it so that when we inevitably drop it, it'll be on camera and you guys can laugh at me. Nobody cares about the body anyway. At best case, it's a shed. So, yeah, that's what we're doing there. I will try and record a little bit more of what we got going on here. I still gotta get the fan off. I think I want to pull the fan off now. Maybe I'll leave it. I don't know. It depends. Depends on how in depth this gets. I'm not real sure what all I have to take out of here yet to free it from the truck. Looks like probably that heater hose has got to come off because that's going to go up to the body. Usually there's a return though, so there must be another one somewhere. So I got a little bit of work yet to go to get it all apart. But this is a total nightmare to do. It's totally designed by assholes. Totally. The radiator bolts in from this side, and then the lower piece of the shroud goes under kind of the radiator and the intercooler, and the radiator bolts the intercooler, and then the intercooler the intercooler bolts to the shroud on the bottom from the engine side. So you gotta it just sucks. It's just dumb. I mean, it didn't really take that long, and I'm bitching about nothing, but it's just dumb. It's typical GM, which is why I don't work on these junks. I'm trying to think what else I can tell you about this project. Well, I'm not real sure. Got to looking underneath the truck. It's kind of sketchy. We're going to have to dump the fuel tank to get to a couple of the body bolts. It looks like the body bolts come down through this bus chassis. So I think what we can do is we'll just hopefully be able to get a wrench on the top side and blow the nuts off the bottom. If not, I don't care. I ain't keeping none of it. I'll cut the thing in half. I really don't care. My only goal to save as much of it as possible is for wiring purposes, so that I can have, where's that wiring pass through? Oh, there it is. That's gonna be it right there. Beautiful. So that comes up here. What do you suppose the chances are that let me get some light on the subject for you boys. I suppose the chances are that unplugs in one place. Ha! Not likely. Remind me to take the gas pedal too. I need that. God, that motor looks like shit, doesn't it? These friggin' buses, dude. They just, up here in New York, they get all salty and schmooey. Take forever to clean that thing. Damn it, Jimmy. So anyway, the plan is to get the body off, get the rolling chassis, and then pull the motor out of it. Should be 10 times easier, you would think. Boy, I don't see where that goes at all. Maybe up in the dash up there. What a mess. I really don't feel like pulling this whole thing apart on the inside to try to save scabbing a few wires, so we'll just solder what we need to solder on the back end later. Not worried about it. Worst case, I'll have somebody make a harness. Doesn't matter. Don't care. I am going to try to attempt it. I want to be able to do that myself. I did hers on LS. Me and my buddy Steve did that one. No big deal. LT1swap.com is awesome. That guy is great. He's got tons of information and actually has a bunch of schematics for this friggin' thing, which is bizarre, but I'm really glad he does. This is kind of an oddball swap because it's a 4L80 and not an Allison. So that's the deal. I'll update you when we get a little further. All right, so we got to drop the tank out, get to a couple of body bolts, So I figured this is about the easiest way to do it. She's a beaut. Old Clark strikes again. Absolutely love that thing. Let's see if I can get you guys in a position where you can watch this catastrophic failure, huh? All right, well, we're right on the axle there. Everything's pretty square. We got the big boards. My jack stands have nice flat things underneath the arms there, so it won't dig into the board. Same method I used when we did the peat. It'll be fine, believe me. If the peat was on it, and it was fine. In a dirt driveway. That was only on plywood. I didn't have the big wood, so we made it out of that. My buddy's got the sawmill, so we milled all the lumber in here for the shelves. You know, all this. You can see the logs all back there stocked up for a rainy day, just in case we need to do more milling. I still got some extras over here. But I tell you, that wood scrap sure come in handy. So, I guess we'll pull a tank out next. I'm not sure if I want to do it tonight or not. I don't know, we'll see. Well, we're back. Got the brakes. I just pulled this whole assembly out and just laid it there. All the wiring's out, fuse box is there. So, luckily it's pretty easily isolated from the body harness. That'll just stay there. Everything's disconnected. Heater hoses are off on this side and tucked under onto the frame. I pulled these front body mount bolts out, not just these two, but the next two down. So all we should have left is fuel tank connections. Fuel tank connections, e-brake cable, where that runs through the chassis into the body, which is just going to get cut, and shifter cable. Face friggin' inches. And that'll be it as far as that goes. And then I pretty sure this bumper is separate from the actual body. Yeah. So that'll come off there. We got the backup alarm. And body harness, which realistically is probably just going to get cut. You can see all the rubber from me doing burnouts on the 4th. Haha, sick. Both sides. Yeah, so I think that's that. And then what we'll have is a nice rolling chassis. We can I still got to drop the fuel tank also. I'm going to drop the fuel tank and just slide it out of there. It's almost out of fuel anyways. I'm just going to dump it like right on the ground. It's just not the fuel, but the tank. I'm just going to let it fucking fall because I'm not using it. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to torch all body mounts off. I'm not fucking with this thing. They're all junk and they're all buried in there. So I don't really feel like playing the game with this. Yeah, they're up in there. It's not this bolt. This bolt is just for that cross member. It's up in here, and I'm not trying to get wrenches on any of this shit. I'm just gonna torch everything. Nobody cares. I'm not too sure how much torching I'm gonna have to do, but I'd say a fair bit. But so long as Majority of it is good. And then I'm not sure how we're gonna pick it yet. I thought about doing it from either side with Dole Clark there and my tractor on the other side. And the more I look at it, the more I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just drop the windows here, these two windows. I don't know if it's gonna be centered enough, but I had wanted to pull them two windows and then, you know, put boards across and then just put the forks on the boards and pick the whole thing up with old Clark one shot. I don't know that that'll work. The other thing I could do would be to possibly come in from the back through this door here. We could pop this door right off, come in from the back here, and then like strap it somehow either to the roof, or I don't know if these seat frames are strong enough to pick the body up. So I thought about wedging like 2x4s across there and across the next one, and then ratcheting the bus body to old Clark so it doesn't tip forward, and trying to pick it that way. But I got a hunch it's just gonna pull these right out of the floor, I think. Maybe not if we spread it over to the 4 posts. That might just do it, but it's a lot of leverage is what I'm worried about. So anyway, I don't know what we're gonna do till we get that far, but that's the plan. I'll continue on and keep you updated. Well, all body mounts are off. Push them all off. Exhaust off, shifter cable off, e-brake off. I'm not sure what else we got. I disassembled the bed in the back, and I'm trying to use some planks across the thing to see if I can lift it that way. See what we're doing in there. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. Doesn't really seem to want to pick. That taillight is not happy. I think what we're gonna do, my thought is to kind of arrange a pivot so that, you see what I got going on. I'm thinking maybe if I put this one under the forks, just use that one to pick. Thinking that would be our best bet. So the other thing I'm going to try to do is maybe see if I can some way ratchet strap that structure oh, it smells like burnt rubber. Ratchet strap the front structure to the top of the forklift. thinking of just set the forks down and then pivot them up. I don't know if that'll work, but I know there's only one way to find out, so. So set them down on that, and then pick up. Nope. Poor board is getting awfully bubbly. Well, I gotta rethink this a minute, and then I guess I'll come back with you. I'm not real sure what I'm gonna do. Well, here's what I got. We're failing miserably here. I tried to chain the back of it so that it would kind of pick up and you know, pivot and suck it off of the mounts, but we're not having any luck with that. Busted my 2x4. Not fucking helpful. So I think the next best thing is going to be to tow the bus with old Clark to another spot in the yard where I have room to pick it with both old Clark and the tractor from each side, and then I'll roll the chassis out from underneath it. And then I should be all right. I should be able to at least set it on stands at that point, couple stands, move the tractor and the forklift, and I'm trying to think about where I can fucking do this where it's not going to be totally right in my way. The problem with the tractor with the backhoe, the only way to get it to pick any weight, because it's a fucking Kubota, is to get it to have the backhoe on it, and it's huge with the backhoe on it, so I need like 40 feet everywhere, and I kind of don't want it in the middle of the driveway, but it's looking like that's my only option. So I'm thinking maybe we can do it like right here where the bus used to be, right here at this kind of intersection, and then the tractor will be on this side, old Clark on this side, because the ground's more solid up here. And I think that'll work. Then we'll just roll the chassis this way, set the body back down, and I'll pull old Clark out, bring him over, and we'll pull the motor with, well, either or. We'll either pull the motor with old Clark or with the tractor out of the actual frame. I think that's how it's going to work. So in my mind, that's the plan. So I'll keep you updated. Well, I think it'll work. I don't know. I guess we're going to see very shortly. So yeah, here we go. I just got to disconnect the steering because I had that hooked up. You see where I'm going, right? Find out how much ass this little canned ham has. Holy oh fuck, it worked. Sick. Now we just gotta set it down and then figure out how we're gonna move it. Oh. To be honest with you, I have zero interest in getting under here. Know what I'm saying? Well, I was sketchier than shit. She's down. Boy, I feel better about that, boys. It'd be pretty fucking mint if it wasn't right in the middle of the driveway, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. She's down. Absolutely perfect. Oh, I can't believe I did that on one battery. Dude, fucking pumped. So here's what we got. Little rolling chassis. Well, kind of rolling. It rolled better when I pumped the tires back up. He just had U-joints put in this thing too when I got it. So you can see that's where we cut the exhaust, we cut all our mounts, you know, cut all them bitches because they were scabby. And of course it's designed like a GM, so it's junk. So that's the deal. Anybody need a frame? I ain't gonna use it. Sick. Pumped about that. What's the ball game? I'm gonna get some air in these tires before they go totally flat and come off the bead, and then we'll pull the motor. I think that's gonna about do it for today, for this video. I already got like 47 minutes going here, plus all the other bullshit. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We'll pull the motor out of this junk and we'll do the wiring harness, and we'll pull it all down. We'll label everything so everybody knows where everything is, mostly me, so I know where everything is. And then probably drink a lot of beer. Wow, I'm just beside myself with how smooth that actually went. I can't believe it. I was gonna have somebody come and help me, but there's never a cop around when you need one, you know what I mean? Oh, that's mint. Time for a claw, boys. If you sat through all that, you earned one too, so drink up.